Hello everyone, it's been quite a while since you've seen one of these. Welcome back everyone, DragonFan96 here, and today, oh boy, you missed a lot of salt over the, month now that I haven't done a salt video? Jeez, what happened to you, Dragon? Well, in so many words, when you get a lot of the same repetition, it kind of sort of kills any sort of fun that you have when you see the same gimmick over and over, and you see the same mistakes over and over again. So, yeah. You could say over the course of the month, I've been losing a lot of motivation to really record and do salt videos, so yeah. Without further ado now, I'm going to show you some salt matches that I've had, picked out a handful of some that were actually pretty good, and during these matches I'm going to be doing something a little bit different, and I'll tell you that all in the first match. Let's get right into it. Alright, so here's our first opponent, Warrior 1. So, you'll begin to notice quite a bit of pattern with these players. Most of these matches are going to be Bananza. Now, for those that's new to battles, okay, you send balloons, you eco, and you try to knock the other opponent out by dropping their HP to 0. So, here's what I'll see most opponents doing. They'll, one, greed, and try to get a plantation before setting down a single tower, and then they'll try to greed by doing this, by placing down more 0-0 farms, and it's like, you're not doing yourselves any favors here. So right here, I'm sending a little bit of eco to try forcing something, but instead it doesn't work out, so it's like, alright, it's fine. So right here, they kept sending 0-0 farms, trying to get that farm lead. But instead, what I decided to do is try to force an upgrade, which is basically the reactor. And that's all I really need, because now I'm at that eco advantage. So while they have all these 0-0 farms and one plantation, okay, they have the popping power now finally to actually defend. So right here, they send a pretty sizable yellow rush. It kind of actually gets me to force something, which is fine. This is also the reason why I usually have Glue Storm. So, oh yeah, by the way, there's also another thing. Like I said, this has been during the month, so me actually feeling sympathetic for my opponent kind of flew out the window for a while, because it's the same type of greeter, where they'll try to put more farms than what they can actually handle, have very little defense, and I mean very little fucking defense, to where it's like not even worth it. So right here, they try to send camos, and it's like, buddy, I have like 3 balloon traps and then a sun god. Do you really think that's gonna work? And then they continue to send pinks, thinking that's gonna work, over farming, which again also does not work. So right here, I send a pretty sizable rush that a reactor would struggle to, and they drop. Yeah. So with that, I'm going to move on to our next opponent. Okay, so this match was actually free power-ups, by the way. This was actually me testing DFA, because of the map being offside. It's like the perfect... it's like literally the perfect DFA map. So I do the DF strategy, put a 0-0 dart monkey, and then your farm. And then, you know, try to get Razor Dart and a 1-0 farm before, you know, round 2 or something like that. I don't know. And then you send a little bit of eco until 261. Anyways, well, this match goes on because, yeah, it's literally the same thing. So, what I was mentioning on how things have changed, you may have noticed that I've brought back some of my old videos. I'll bring them back for now, and I don't really intend on, like, trying to keep what I had before. I'll probably try mixing it up a little, trying to be a little bit more creative with new memes that will come out, because I do have some new materials to work with here to try making some pretty interesting memes. Like, I gotten a few more Sabo abilities that I might tinker around with and mess with to see how well that will work. There's actually one Sabo ability that I don't think I've ever actually used that would actually be really helpful against greeters. But yeah, there's been a lot of changes going on here, and hopefully the changes can be for the better. So yeah, so far this game match is actually doing pretty well. I actually do the same strategy I tried doing here with what another balloon tuber has done, where you sell your farmer at the start of round 9, and then let all the bananas stay on the map, and then at round 10 start, you do like a farm boost, like dual eco boost, and you'll just get a butt ton of money from all the bananas that you saved up. It's sort of like genetically enhanced crops, but without actually using the power, so it's actually quite interesting and fun. I actually wonder how Gen Crop plus that trick would work out. I might actually have to try that. I mean, it'd be completely useless, mind you. Like, really useless. But I might just do it, just, you know, to experiment and have fun with. So if you couldn't tell, this match does go a little late game, because when you have a double shot ninja with 3 wizards, it kind of doesn't really matter what you rush. That ninja will just distract it, and yeah, it basically ruins your day. Like, I would have tried to hit a ceramic, but I mean, when you have distraction on a ninja, it kind of ruins any sort of ceramics that you can send. Even if it was, like, say, regen, it wouldn't have mattered. Well, I do have a lot of juggers, by the way, because while that's actually a good jugger spot, it isn't the best. So I knew that they could probably take a BFB, or a Moab, excuse me, but they couldn't take that sort of rush, and the regen ledge basically snuck through. The BFB was basically a ruse, and yeah, it was a pretty good GG. They tried to flex, to be honest, and this is what I meant on how I was getting pretty bored and toxic sometimes with people, is because I'll see this format where they'll farm, barely plays down any sort of defense, and try to think that track powers are going to be their saving grace, when they don't realize is that I actually do that just to make you waste that track power, so that way I can rush at round 13. So it's either lose it at round 4 or lose it at round 13. Take your pick. So yeah. Anyways, with that, we'll be moving on to our next opponent. Alright, so our next opponent is basically, like I said last time, using track power as your saving grace over actually having defense. And this is no exception. So right here, I see that they use the Cursed Monkey. I basically do that Dart Monkey thing, by the way, in case they have salted wounds, but yeah, it really wasn't worth it in the long shot. But anyways, they have Bomb, which is interesting, I guess. I mean, I guess I forced something. So right here, once again, I'm using dual Eco Boost. I've actually been using dual Eco Boost only for the fact that I really wanted to get Super Eco Boost, so I've been kind of trying to grind with Eco Powers. They really didn't like it that they had to upgrade, so yeah. So right here, I sent Space Black Balloons in hopes that it would leak. And yeah, they really didn't like the fact that they had to use a Lightning and put down a Super Monkey, which is like 3 farms right there. So yeah, they were not happy about that. Meanwhile, I just got in my factory. So yeah, they were kind of behind on making a factory, and it showed by them being behind on getting the actual factory. So anyways, once again, I get Dart as my 4th, which honestly, I'm actually kind of fine with Dart. Oh yeah, I do the round 9 trick again. That trick actually does help out in getting Eco. it does help out. I mean, it's not really needed or necessary, but it does help out, trust me. It does help out if you want to get that farm lead. So right here, I set up and wait in case anything else, but once again, they don't have camo detection. And I don't know what it is, but whenever I send camos, they always put down a super monkey thinking that the super monkey can see camo. It doesn't. Super monkeys can only see camo if it is 1, a temple, or 2, it's in a village. But yes, this person was very salty that I forced upgrades, and this is something that I've been doing in Bananza for quite a while now. Is I will actually force upgrades just so that way you can fall behind in farms. Yes, it sounds very dickish, but welcome to battles. This is what everyone does to begin with, is that you send rushes to force an upgrade. Welcome to battles. Everyone's a dick. Or actually no, everyone's an asshole. Even you. So I mean, there's not a whole lot that can really be said here to justify anything. But yeah. If you had a village, I mean, it could have helped. I mean, the only other thing that could possibly see camo with that loadout, by the way, is Glue Storm. And Glue Storm is not the very best when it comes to camo rushes. That is continuous, non-stop, and never ending. Anyways, with that, I'm going to move on to our next opponent. Alright, welcome back. So, this is our next opponent. We have HeliM. So, I had Ninja for my 4th. It wasn't the best in the world, but it was still pretty good. So, I've been seeing this loadout, by the way, is Farm Super Wizard. I've been seeing this loadout, and this loadout's been known for greeting quite a bit. Is they'll try to get a plantation before you ever will. Whereas the loadout and playstyle that I go for is having 2-0-0 farms at the start of round 1, so that way I can build my farms faster. That's the reason why I'm able to get that farm lead, by the way. Is because I am able to put down 2 farms and then a popping power tower and get just enough upgrades to where I can last even with a rush. With Ninja, I can be able to pop blues and pinks up until at least round 6, so that will give me time to actually farm. I use the village, which is the reason why I go farm village super. I get the village so that way I can get a village discount when doing farms, so that way I'm able to get factory early. Most people will get factories by round 8. I usually try to get it around round 7. Sometimes if I get really lucky and then they don't rush me, I'll do round 6. So right here, they get, like, overly, like, protective here. Like, they get so much protection. Okay, so they have, like, all these wizards, okay? And they're trying to out-eco me, okay? They really are, by trying to spam BIAs. And, well, that's all good and dandy and all. I mean, you can't really, like, think that you can out-eco me, because, I mean, it's Bananza. So right here, I tried to see how far it would go, but it's like, yeah, the 3 wizards that's there next to the banana farmer, okay, they're actually pretty strong in doing that, so I was like, yeah, that's not working out. I actually didn't know what their 4th was, because they never showed their 4th, believe it or not, which is Heli. I actually never knew that. I think they used Tower Blindness, but I'm not too sure. I don't think they did. I know this match did go on for quite a while. So I guess it'll just be me, you, and this opponent, I guess. Of seeing past me from, like, I don't know, I think this match was like a couple weeks ago, actually. So right here, I moved my Super Monkey up closer, so that way I'm able to get more BIAs. A little greedy, but I mean, it's worth it. Meanwhile, they're over there trying to get more temples because, oh god, I'm gonna get semi-god rushed, and it's like, okay. So I also noticed that they also don't have a stall. So, yeah. I don't think they used Tower Blindness either, now that I think about it. I think they only ever used damage boost and dual eco boost. I could be wrong though. They could have used Tower Blindness and I'm not realizing it because, like I said, it's been a couple weeks. But I guess besides this match, things have been going kinda okay. I mean, with what's been going around outside in the world, it's been pretty scary. And it's also scary dealing with drivers on the highway. Like, people have zero respect and common sense when it comes to driving. I don't know why I was sending camos. Why was I sending camos? Oh, that's right, because I was ecoing, and they were like, oh god, eco, I better set up a temple. That's why. Okay. Don't mind past me wasting money on camos. Anyways, so, yeah, drivers are pretty much assholes in the state I live in, so, and don't even bother asking, because I'm not going to tell you. But, yeah, oh yeah, this was also where I learned the, secret technique of putting max temple placements. Turns out you can put a temple just below the first eyeball right here, and be able to have 4 temples on the sides. So it'd be 4x3, so you could have 12 temples. That was the trick that I learned. It took me a bit of time to actually figure that out, but I did learn that, and I was like, oh man, that's just, whew. I also do, I remember this match now, because I was trying to squeeze as many temples as I could, and they were actually off by a temple, in terms of trying to get temple upgrades. Now I remember. Okay, so anyways, yeah, things have been sorta but I mean, I still have my DS to play on, because I mean, besides Bloons, I play Pokemon. I've been playing Generation 7, which is Pokemon Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, and Ultra Moon. Well, I have regular Sun and Ultra Sun. I've been playing Ultra Sun. I just completed the, like, post-game that you play. I'm not gonna spoil it in case you haven't played it. You should play it, by the way. Because, Generation 7 is actually pretty fun, not gonna lie. Plus, you get a little kitty cat as your starter, if you really want to. And come on, who doesn't like kitty cats? But, anyways, yeah, I've been playing that for a while. Things have been going pretty good. I've been having a lot of really cool friends and chill friends that's been helping me out with trading. And that's also been pretty cool. Big shout out to my friend for actually helping me out with a lot of Pokemon that I've been struggling to catch and find nowadays because of how hard it is to get these Pokemon, because you can no longer get these Pokemon. So luckily he was able to have some available to him, and it was actually pretty nice of him to allow me to have them, and I can't thank him enough for it. So this is my shout out to you. Thank you, the Norton 247, for trading and all those Pokemon with me. That was really nice of you, man. But besides that, I do play Pokemon. I don't exactly do battling, because I'm not exactly competitive when it comes to Pokemon, because my competitive knowledge for Pokemon is like nothing compared to battles. Like, for battles, I pretty much know what I'm doing for the most part. I just want to, you know, have a little bit of fun trying to meme and come up with different strategies here. So, I mean, if you want to battle, I mean, I don't mind. It's just, I don't exactly have a sort of like battle ready team that I could actually like play on, but if you want to, you can. Anyways, that's the thing I've been playing lately is Pokemon. Other than Pokemon, I have been trying out the latest version of Minecraft. Actually, it's Minecraft 1.16.2, and they add a lot of cool stuff. They add pretty strong piggies, and they add probably at least in 1.16 they add probably my favorite new music disc. It's called Pigstop, and Pigstop is actually pretty nice. It just, I don't know what it is, it's just like really catchy, and it's those catchy kind of musics that always get me. By the way, if you're wondering why this Oh My God is going slower, it's because I stall before they come out, which is what's called Perma Stalling. So this stays slowed forever, and then this is where it'll get a little laggy, because the reason why I'll get laggy is because there's so many particles, and there's so many particles going on that it actually has a hard time rendering. Okay, so you know how Tactera has this like green beam? Well, it's actually not a beam, it's actually just a really big green orb that gets placed on top of another green orb that gets placed on top of another green orb, and it looks like a beam. Okay, well, when you're in call to arms, those beam particles move faster, which is why it gives that, that's why it gives the, that's why it makes it appear like it's moving faster, and it does actually help out. So right here, I start sending a rush. Oh, they do use Tower Blindness. They use Tower Blindness in a map that actually didn't work. Now I remember. So they try to use Tower Blindness in a map that doesn't actually work. So I don't know why they thought Tower Blindness would work when I have Stall. So once again, they use Damage Boost. Because, oh my god, it's better boost immediately. And then once again, they try to Tower Blind, and it's like, again, I can stall. I can make them go slower than the blindness will actually matter. And by the time blindness actually ends, I'm able to use Call to Arms and pop Big Boom Buster, so they wasted it. So once again, I used TA, and yeah, I believe they used Damage Boost for the last time. Yep, there it is. So from here, it may seem like it's lagging, but it's just because there's so much shit going on. But what's going on is that all those Oh My Gods, they'll come out here, they'll come around here, and then they'll loop around this water pool, and then they'll come around here, around this second hot lava pool, and then they'll go out this way. That's the path that they're going. And right now, they're at the little water pool going in that circle, which is why it's a little bit longer to actually pop them. And then you got the AI that goes around the other side of the hot lava pool and the other side of the water pool. And then, yeah, it layers, basically. And it's never fun. So I say see ya. Because, I mean, if we're gonna greed, it's not gonna work out. And instead of taking the L, trying to take the loss as a big boy, they decide to rage quit because they just want to waste my time and rage quitting rather than either A, surrendering, or B, taking the L like a man. And, well, yeah, they basically rage quitted because Tower Blindness didn't work. Speaking of Tower Blindness not working, my final opponent of the day. Alright, welcome to the final match of the day. We have JK Jace. So this is a Bananza match. And once again, this opponent uses the RoboFarm greeting technique of trying to get plantation before you will ever have that chance, and not even bother having a tower to defend with. So yeah, I got unfortunate in having Heli as my fourth, which kind of sucked, but at the same time, had I not have Heli, I would have probably lost because of tower blindness, because Heli is one of those few towers that actually don't work. So here, I don't know what my opponent was thinking. Why would you send balloons when I'm sending balloons and it's clearly causing an issue for you? So yeah, I never really understood why my opponent was doing that. So right here, I send even more balloons because it's like, Glue Storm ain't gonna save you. You gotta set up defense. So yeah, I kept sending, and I think eventually they set up a tower. Yep, there they go. So I made them waste a second Glue Storm. By the way, we are tied on farms, by the way. Just a little bit. So right here, they tried to send Space Pinks, like it's gonna do something. Like, oh no, whatever shall I do against Space Pinks? I mean, literally, I could have just left it as a 0-0 Heli, but I didn't want to take that chance that they actually were smart at rushing. Keyword is smart. And by the way, they weren't smart. No. I'm kind of ashamed to say what badge rank they actually were, because they were actually top 500. Top 500 means that they were the gold silver dart badge and the gold crown prestige badge. That's what it means to be top 500. So right here, they actually forced Razor Rotors, which is fine. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. They have the Republic factory, while I have 2 plantations. I mean, it's like only mildly are we behind. Right here, I wasn't sure why they sent Regen Rainbow Pinks, but okay. So right here, I tried to send a Camo Lead and a few, like, rushes to see if that will work, but instead they're just like, oh shit, better send out, like, a bajillion fucking Phoenixes. Like, look at this. They didn't need all these Phoenixes. So right here, they actually forced a Glue Storm, and that's about it. And I had Apache. Now, I lost quite a bit of lives because of tower blindness. Okay. And they did force quite a lot from that tower blindness. But, like, at the same time, they should have realized that tower blindness does not work on Heli. Now, here's the other thing about Heli that I actually do differently. Most people, which we'll just call Heli noobs because they don't know how Heli works, they put it on Pursuit. Pursuit basically makes it to where the helicopter that the pilot travels will follow whatever balloon is closest, and if there's no balloons coming from the AI, it will follow whatever balloon that the opponent sends as a rush. So sometimes the Heli will actually go back and forth between tracks thinking that it'll work. So right here they tried to send another rush, like that will do something. Like literally, it didn't. The only thing it did was micro a third Heli just in case. So, anyways, right here, I think I forced the third Glue Storm. I think. Nope, I just forced all the Phoenixes to be used. Okay. I remember forcing the final Glue Storm, though. I swear I remember forcing the final Glue Storm. I guess not. Oh well. So anyways, I micro that Zomagod, because literally it's just one Zomagod. I think what they were trying to do is trying to like force Temple or some shit. I don't know. Anyways, I do like what every toxic Heli noob does and puts a village next to the Heli. So that way it can pop anything regardless of balloon type. So right here I do another Zomagod thing just so that way I can try forcing Temple or anything really. That's basically what I was trying to do, was force something. And, well, while I forced Temple, I also made them sell their BIA, so that's always nice. Anyways, so from here, it's just, you know, eco. Now, not a whole lot happens, but there is one point here that was just, like, the best possible move I could have ever done. And, oh my god, I was on cloud 9 after that. Like, it was just absolutely amazing. So even though that they had Tower Blindness still, because I knew that they would still have 2 uses of Tower Blindness, okay? I knew that they would still have 2 uses of Tower Blindness, so I went sparingly on how many temples I actually set up. The other thing that I wanted to do was actually gain back all the lives that I lost. So I guess that was the other benefit of having Heli. I wanted to gain back all the lives that I lost, just so that way I can, like, you know, be able to tank whatever kind of rush that they'd use whenever I tower blinded again. Whenever they tower blinded again, because I'll just be able to glue storm it. Because it'll just be nothing but ceramics. And then Temple will just, like, obliterate it to nothing. But anyways, it's round 32, now it's gonna be round 33. I believe this is when I start. Yep, this is where it is. That's when I get my first temple, and then I sell literally everything else. Now, right here is when I was actually really vulnerable, and I don't know why they sent the cooldowns on my gods. Like, that was actually really dumb of them to send cooldowns on my gods. I think it was because of the fact that I had the Apaches. They thought I was going to have it on pursuit and chase the Zoma gods. But right here is when the Tower Blindness again, thinking that was also going to work with the temples. But I just spammed a bunch of Tech Terrors, and I mean, eventually I think I had to boost. No, actually I didn't need to boost that. That would have been really dumb if I boosted to that. So right here is when they do their full all-out rush. Actually, no. This was their first mini rush. Okay, so this was their first mini rush. Right here, it was the 200 IQ move. I placed down Sun Gods expecting Tower Blindness. Now, had I not put that last temple there, I would have had 5 temples right there. But I still was able to pull off a temple stack because of Tower Blindness. And this right here, you can't really see it because of the, oh my gods and lag. But this right here was like the 2000 IQ move. Was, excuse me, abusing Tower Blindness to be able to have a lower sacrifice radius when you were Tower Blinded. It deletes less towers. Now, the reason I knew this was not because of my own knowledge. This idea actually came from a very popular and well-respected balloon tuber. His name is Koenee. Shout out to you, my man. He did a video on how late you can actually go, and also used Tower Blindness in the same way. Right here it'll lag a little because it's trying to render everything, but anyways, he did late game, and it was round, I think, 143, using the Tower Blindness trick in Balloon Circle. Now, because they went all out, and because they had 0 eco, okay, 0 eco by the way, if they still had 1 BIA, that's still nothing for eco. Nada. So right here they try to send fast cooldown oh my gods. I don't know why. Like, it wasn't gonna work. I think after a while they tried to use ninja just to stall because I was out of DA. So I couldn't DA anymore, so they were able to sabo. So this match went like 3 minutes longer than it should have. But yeah, I kept sending oh my gods. Eventually, we both became attrition of cash. The difference was that I was able to keep my banks. He wasn't, because they tried to go all out at round 35 and tried to think that Tower Blindness was going to work, when little did they know, I basically countered their strategy and it backfired majorly. So right here, I used my final Big Bloom Buster because, like, they ain't stopping with oh my gods. This is when they were actually using the Sabo, was right here. And it was actually getting kind of annoying that they were using Sabo, but I mean, then again, they had Ninja, so I mean, still. Anyways, they tried to Sabo. I just realized they have 18 Robo Monkeys. That's actually kind of sad, to be honest. But anyways, I kept trying to send oh my gods as much as possible. They couldn't send oh my gods because they were eco-starved. I mean, I was eco-starved too, but the difference is that I actually still had farms. There goes their final Glue Storm. And it's not much longer before they died. So right here is another trick that I do, is whenever I oh my god rush, I'll actually, this is something I've been doing, is I'll layer Moabs to make the Moabs go ahead of the oh my gods, basically to make the oh my gods take longer to pop. Now, if I didn't have Glue Storm, I could have probably done Empowered Moabs, and it would have been a lot faster. But I would have lost round 13 because of Tower Blindness. Hands down, I would have lost. But eventually, they do go down, and I was just on Cloud 9. Yeah, they rage quitted, by the way. They immediately left. Like, hands down, immediately left from that queue. Like, there's no way that they can ever look back. Like, they have to take this L and live with that for the rest of their life, that someone was able to counter and abuse Tower Blindness. And that is my meme for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. This video has actually been a lot longer than it normally is on these videos. I hope that's okay for you. Leave a like and comment down below if you want longer videos. I'll try the best that I can. No promises though. But anyways, that will do it all for now. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. See ya.